Do you want to learn AWS and learn it very well? Then build Project. Hands-on Project is the best way to actually learn AWS and have it assimilated so that you can ace your interview and be better in your job as well if you are working. So this happened to be one of the projects I have in this channel because I'm interested in giving you the hands-on experience that you need, okay? So in this project, we'll be hosting a static website in Amazon S3, and it's not the regular hosting, okay, that you might have seen elsewhere. We are using major AWS services, and it doesn't really matter your knowledge level in AWS services already, okay? So in a moment I'm going to be introducing those services, okay? But I'll encourage you to watch this video to the end. Do carry out this project on your own and add it to your profile or your portfolio. All right, before we get started, kindly subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do so, because there are a lot of values to gain. Click on the bell icon, that way you get notification each time I publish a new video. Also give me a thumbs up because I believe you're gonna enjoy this video. Let's get started. So briefly, I'm going to introduce you to the 4 services that we'll be making use of in this project. The first one is Amazon S3, okay, which is Amazon Simple Storage Service. This is an object storage service that offers industry-leading scalability, data availability, security, and performance. This S3 actually provides you with a scalable cloud storage where you can store and retrieve data. The next service on our list is Amazon Route 53, okay? We'll be making use of this, which is actually a scalable and highly available domain name system web service, okay? With Route 53, you can actually connect users' requests to internet applications or website running on AWS or even on-premises, okay? And with Route 53, you can get features such as health checks, traffic management, which helps to provide users with robust control over the routing of their internet traffic and ensuring high availability and reliability for their applications. You can as well purchase your domain from Route 53. Next, we have CloudFront. CloudFront is a content delivery network service that speeds up the distribution of your static and dynamic web content by catching data at edge locations that is closer to your end users, which definitely help to reduce latency and improve user experience. So with CloudFront, you get features such as DDoS protection and HTTPS support. And the 4th service is AWS Certificate Manager. This is a service that simplifies the process of managing SSL or TLS certificate for your AWS-based website and application. So this is the reason why we'll be having a secured website at the end of this project, because you see that our website is actually secured. So instead of having HTTP, we'll be having HTTPS at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy this. Now let me show you briefly the architecture. So in this architecture, I'm gonna show you what we actually want to achieve, okay? So at the end of this project, we'll have it hosted that when users here, we can see users, when users visit our website via the domain name. And let me add that we'll be having a domain name. And in case you don't have already, do not worry. I'm going to show you from the scratch how you can get your own domain name. Or even, I believe we also have like free domain names that you can make use of. So when users visit our website via our domain name or URL, Route 53 here will actually resolve it to an endpoint, okay? This endpoint will then be redirected to Amazon CloudFront, which is to cater for a global audience, aiming to minimize latency and enhance user experience. Utilizing this AWS Certificate Manager here will actually make our website more secured. So we'll be having HTTPS protocol rather than HTTP, okay? And then finally, this CloudFront will connect with Amazon S3 Bucket, okay, to deliver content to users. So in case you're not familiar with any of these services, do not worry. This project is from the scratch to finish, okay? So if you are ready, I'm actually ready, and we can get started with the hands-on. So as you can see, I've actually logged in into my AWS console, and the first service we're gonna create now is Amazon S3 Bucket. So once you sign into your account, just come here at the search bar and type S3. So once you type S3, it's gonna display the service for you. So I'll just go ahead and click on it. Oh, great. So as you can see, create bucket. I'll just click on this. Alright, so as you know, AWS S3 is a global service. So that means whenever you want to create your bucket, you need to choose a unique name. But in this case, we'll be using the domain name. Okay, so let me say this. As I mentioned in the introduction class, you need to have a domain name for this project. Okay, so in case you've not gotten one, you can actually get one for yourself. And in case you don't want to spend money, I think there are actually some free websites where you can get your domain name for free. One of them is Freenom, right? So if you go to Freenom, you can actually see some you can actually get a domain name for yourself, free one. And there are some others actually. I purchased mine at GoDaddy, so I'll be using the domain name to name my bucket. All right, so I will suggest you do same to avoid some confusion. So I have my domain name already. I'm just gonna go ahead and type the name here, devopswithhelen.com. So this is my domain name, and this AWS region is the one I'm gonna be using. So you can choose any region you want to create your bucket in. I'll just leave mine like this. So I'll scroll down. This SQL, I'm not gonna touch anything here because this one is fine. All objects in this bucket are owned by these accounts. Fine. Access to this bucket and each object is specified using only policies. So I'm good with this. I won't touch it, and I will scroll down. So when you're creating your Amazon S3 bucket, by default it is private. So if you choose to make it public, you can actually uncheck this. So I'll go ahead and uncheck it because I want it to be publicly accessible. So here I will just acknowledge it. All right, and I will scroll down. That is all. I won't touch any other thing. I'll just leave them the way they are, and I'll click on create bucket, and it's just a matter of seconds. Oh great, so our bucket has been created, and this is it here. So I'll just click on it. Alright, so right now the next thing we're gonna do is to upload our files. So this is the time to upload your content, your websites, be it whether it's in a file or folder. So this is where to click in order to upload them. So I'll just click on upload, and it will take me to this page. I will just click on add files. So in case yours is in a folder, you can actually select folder, but I have it as a file. All right, so it will take you to the location. It will take you to to a place where you can browse to the location of your content. So these are actually my two files, and I'll select the two, and I'll click on open. Oh great, so as you can see, these are my files, and if I scroll down, I'll see upload option. So I'll just click upload. Awesome, so this has been uploaded, and I'll just close this. Great, so awesome, so our files has been uploaded, and the next thing I'm gonna do right now is to create a bucket policy. Why do we need to create a bucket policy? A bucket policy is actually required so that we can give permission for these files to be accessed. All right, so right from this page where our files are, I will just go to permissions, and I'll click on it. I'll scroll down to where we have bucket policy, and I'm gonna click on edit. So I'll just paste my bucket policy here. All right. And in case you don't know how to create this bucket policy, you can actually make use of a policy generator. So to show you, I'll just click on this. Okay, first of all, let me duplicate this tab. Alright, so you can just click on policy generator so you can generate your policy, and you can as well make use of AWS documentation. So once you come to this page, you can actually create or generate your policy, or you can make use of AWS documentation for your policy, and I'm gonna leave that on the description below so you can make use of that in case if you want to use AWS documentation. So going back to our page, let me close this. All right, so if you're pasting your policy, be careful so you don't leave extra space here. All right, so if you leave any extra space, or if you have any syntax error, it's not going to allow you to save. All right, it will just prompt an error. Okay, so my bucket policy is there, and here I'll just copy my bucket ARN. All right, I'll copy this bucket ARN and replace it with what I have here. So just under your resource, remove whatever you have here and paste the bucket ARN. Awesome, I've pasted mine. So whatever your bucket ARN is, just copy it and replace it here. All right, so ensure that you have /* here so you can actually see your files. So I'll just scroll down and click on save. Awesome. So if you see that I have publicly accessible displayed here, so that means my content can be accessed publicly. All right, that is fine. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to enable this static website hosting. All right, so there is a section in this property where you can enable the website hosting. So I'm just gonna click on property. In case you don't know how to locate here, let me go back to the bucket. So if you just click on your buckets here, right from this place, you can see your properties and just click on it. So I'll scroll down to the last section. All right, as you can see, I have static website hosting here. So I'll just click on edit. All right, and I'll select enable. Scrolling down, I can see so here you're required to specify the home or the default page of your website. So in case of mine, I have HTML, so I'm just gonna give the name index.html. And in case you have your custom error page, you can actually include it here. So I have mine. I'll just type error.html. Great. So having done that, I'll just scroll down and click on save changes. Oh, great. So let's validate what we've done. So right here in this page, I'll scroll down to get the URL of our bucket. So going to the browser, let's access this from the browser and see if I can access my website. Press enter. Great, as you can see, my website is here and ready. And this doesn't mean we are done with the project, it's just the starting point. All right, so if you look here, you can see that this website is not secured, and that is where AWS Certificate Manager will come into play, right? So later in this project, we'll make use of Certificate Manager to enable us have a secured website. So just a recap on what we've done so far. We've created Amazon S3 Bucket, and we've added some content, our website content. We've added necessary permissions, and now users can actually access the website. But that is not the end of it, because we would actually like the request to pass through these services. All right, so the next service we're going to be creating is Amazon Route 53. Yeah, so I'm going to go over to the console and let's get started. So as you can see, I'm in Route 53 already. So to locate this service, all you just have to do is to come to this search bar, type routes, and you will see Route 53 here. Just click on it. Alright, awesome. Okay, so we're in Route 53 dashboard. So using Route 53, you can actually register your domain name with it. So you can purchase your domain name here instead of going to GoDaddy or Freenom or other domain registrars. And as well, you can use it for availability monitoring, and you can as well use it for traffic management. But for this purpose, in our case, we'll be using DNS management. So I'll go ahead and click on create hosted zone. Now, what is a hosted zone? Hosted zone actually is a container for records. So it tells Route 53 how to respond to DNS queries for a domain. So over here, you'll be typing in the name of your domain, just the way you gave that name as your bucket name. So just use the same domain name here. So don't try to put in www here or HTTPS, just type the name as it is. All right, I'll type in my devops.com. Right, so that is mine, and just be careful not to give any extra space. All right, and ensure there's no extra space here. Okay, just scroll down. It is fine the way it is under public hosted zone. So I'll just click on create hosted zone. Awesome, so our zone has been created. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is to go back to your domain registrar wherever you purchase your domain name. Take for instance, if it has GoDaddy, just go to GoDaddy. So I'll be opening mine. I purchased mine as GoDaddy. So whatever your registrar is, just go over there and locate DNS management. So this is mine, and I'll just scroll down. I'll scroll down and look for name servers. All right, so whatever your name your domain registrar is, just locate DNS management and look for name servers. This is mine. I will just click on it to change name servers because it's actually using a default name server. Now that I've clicked on the custom name server. I will just click on enter my own name servers over here. I'll click on it. I will just go back to Route 53, and if you see here, you will notice that we actually have NS like name servers here. I'll select it so it can display well. So these are actually the name servers we'll be adding to the name servers at GoDaddy or whatever yours is. So I'll copy them one after the other. Great. Ensure you don't make any mistake here. All right, and once you're done, just click on save. I'll click save. All right. Okay, so it's just showing me, just giving me some warning that changing name server is risky. Yes, I give my consent, and I'll click on continue. All right, so you see it will ask you to just hang in there and wait for it to update. All right, so that is it for this section. So we are left with these two services here. So, and you know, Amazon CloudFront is actually the middle service here that will be going back and forth to connect with Amazon S3 or Amazon Route 53, sorry, and to get the SSL from here and connect to Amazon S3 Bucket. So we'll actually make it the last service. All right, so the next one we'll create here is AWS Certificate Manager. So I'll go over to AWS Management Console for that. So over here, I'm just gonna search for Certificate Manager. type certificates. Okay, and that is the service over here. I'll click on it. Alright, so we're gonna request for a certificate here, and mind you, we're trying to get the SSL, alright, to get security in our website. Okay, because we don't want to use HTTP that we have here. Remember, this is not secured. So we're trying to request a certificate that can give us SSL in order to, you know, have security, in order to secure our website. So I'll just click on request a certificate, and I'll just click on next. Okay, so here is requesting for fully qualified domain name, and that is actually the domain name you purchased or got for free. I'll enter mine here, devops with helen.com. Alright, ensure you don't make any mistake. So scroll down. Under this validation method, I'll be using DNS validation because I think this is actually faster than email validation, and I'll just scroll down. Everything here I'll leave them as default, so I'll just click on request. And over here, as you can see, view certificate. I'll just click on it to view my certificates. And under this status, you can see it is pending. Alright, and that will actually take us to going to creating our record and doing some configuration there. I'm gonna create a record set in Amazon Route 53. As you can see, I'm still in the AWS Certificate Manager page. So I'll go ahead and duplicate this tab. Alright, so at this search bar, I'll just type Route 53. Okay, great. So this is Route 53, and I'll click on it. Alright, so the record set will be creating. First of all, click on the hosted zone. I've clicked on that, and to click on the hosted zone we created. And over here, I'll just click on create record. Alright, so over here, the type of record we'll be creating actually is CNAME record. This is it over here. I will select it. So what is CNAME record? Why are we using CNAME record? So here we're using CNAME record because it will actually help us to map our domain name to Amazon S3 Bucket. So this way we can access our S3 buckets using the domain name, using our own domain name, right? Instead of using that long URL of our S3 buckets, which is very complex, we can actually map our domain name with that URL. Okay, so over here I need to put in a subdomain, so I will go over to the certificate manager. So we'll actually be using these two values here, the CNAME name and CNAME value. So I will copy out this name, so I just copied out the CNAME name and the CNAME value. As you can see, these are the values over here. The first one is the CNAME name, so I'll just copy this, but then I'm not copying everything. Okay, one. All right, I won't copy this the domain name. All right, I'll just copy the value from here to the end, or from the end to this one. So I'll copy this, and I'll go over to my record name, and I'll paste this here. Ensure the dot doesn't follow it. All right, and as well ensure it doesn't have any extra name. So I just want to confirm very well. Okay, so and over here is the value, so I'll go back to get my value. So I will copy this one here. I will actually copy everything and I will exclude the dots. Please don't copy the dots. I will copy this and go back and I will paste this here. Ensure you don't have extra space so you don't have error. Okay, so now that this has been done, I will just click on leave every other thing as default. So I will click on create records. Okay, so as you can see, record for my domain was successfully created. So going back to the certificate manager over here, you know the thing has been showing pending, so actually it's supposed to validate. So this can take some minutes. I'll just pause this video and I will come back as soon as it's validated. Thank you. So after waiting for about a minute, I refreshed my page over here and I could see that the status has turned to issued, and then we are good to go. So yours might take more than that. All right, so you just have to be patient. So now in this section we're done with creating a record set and we're able to validate our certificate. As you can see, we only have Amazon CloudFront left. Okay, so right now I will take you to the console and let's create our CloudFront. So I'm in the console right now and I'll just go over here to search for CloudFront. So just type it here and this is it here. I will click on it. So here we're gonna create a CloudFront distribution. I'll just click on this, okay, and I'll show you the URL we're gonna use here. So come in here, I will look for S3 service and I will click on it. Okay, so once it displays this, just go over to your bucket and open your bucket. Alright, just come over here in the property tab and click on it. Alright, so I'm gonna scroll down all the way to the last and I'll see this URL here. So all you just have to do is to copy this URL under static website hosting. Alright, I will copy it and I'll go back to CloudFront. So here I will paste this. But then I'm gonna remove this http:// I will delete this. Okay, so the only thing we need here is the other part of your URL. Alright, so please take note of this and ensure you don't have extra space. We'll be leaving all this as default, so just scroll down to where you have viewer. Okay, so here I'll just click on the redirect HTTP to HTTPS. Remember what we have is HTTP. Alright, so want to redirect that to HTTPS because we now have SSL. We've gotten our certificate, so we are qualified for HTTPS. Alright, so I will scroll down to where we have alternate domain name. Okay, so this is it over here. So I'll just click on add item. So the alternate domain name I'll be using here is still the same domain name I purchased. Okay, so you can add yours here. I'll just add it. DevOps with Helen.com, and that is fine. So here, custom SSL certificate, so I'll just click here to select my certificate. So this is it over here. I'll just select it. Okay, that seems nice. In case you didn't see yours, just click here to refresh or confirm that your certificate was actually validated. Okay, so that will be all. That will be all in this place. I will just click on create distribution. So this has been created successfully. Let me close out this. Alright, so let me go back to the distribution. So all you just have to do is to wait for this. If you check here, you can see that it is still deploying. Okay, so it is still deploying, you just have to give it some time. It can take a while actually, so you just have to give it some time, and let's see. So I'll be pausing this video and I'll come back as soon as it is deployed successfully. Alright, so it has actually deployed. As you can see, it's no longer saying deploying. So it has deployed, and so what I'll do right now is to validate this, okay, to ensure that my website can still be accessed. So I'll just click on this to get the distribution domain name over here, as you can see. So I'll just copy this. I'll head over to the browser and I'm gonna paste this. I'll press enter. Great. As you can see, what can you see here? This is a padlock here, meaning this website is now using SSL, that is HTTPS, as you can see over here. Okay, but then we are not done yet because we are not using our custom domain name yet. So we have something else to do, and we'll call this project a day. What I have to do now is to go back to Route 53. So here I will look for Route 53 service, and this is it over here. I will just click on it. So we'll be creating a record set, another record set in Route 53. Alright, so here I will just click on the hosted zone, and I will click on our hosted zone, and here I will click on create. So take note, these are actually the records we have already. Alright, so this tool was created automatically after we created our hosted zone. Please take note of that, and this was the one we created ourselves when we created a CNAME record. So this will be the fourth one we'll be creating here. So here I just have to, so under record type, it has to be A. Please take note of it. It has to be type A, and I'm not gonna type any name here. I'll leave it this way. So here you just have to toggle this. Just click on it to toggle the alias, and once you do that, you see option here, route traffic to. So we want to route our traffic to CloudFront distribution. Great. So once you select it, all you just need to do is to create record. I'll click on it. Okay, sorry, I didn't actually select my CloudFront distribution. So this is it here. So I have to select my CloudFront distribution. Alright, please take note of that. I'll just click on create records. Okay, and it says that has been successfully created. I'll close this. I'll click on view status. It is pending, so let's give it a moment for it to be successful. So I'll pause this video and we'll give it a while. I'll come back soon. Okay, I only waited for 5 seconds, and you can see it is now in sync. Alright, so what is this telling us? It's telling us that we can go ahead and use our domain name. So let's validate what we've done. So right here, I will just go to the website. So let me use my domain name to try accessing this website. Okay, so actually this is yet to propagate, so we can give it some time and check this out again, because actually it should work. So after waiting for like over 30 minutes, I want to check again. Oh great, as you can see, our website is up and running. And if you check here, you can see the padlock, so our website can we can access our website over HTTPS. Okay, so great, it is working, and I hope that works for you. Now please note this, in case you're trying to access yours and it's taking too long. Like I said, my own took over 30 minutes. To be patient and wait for it to propagate. Alright, so before I end this video, let's quickly take a review on what we've done so far. So now we've created our static website, we've posted it in Amazon S3, and we can access our website over HTTPS. So what happened now is that users will access the URL, which will be resolved to an endpoint from Route 53, right? So the endpoint will be redirected to Amazon CloudFront to serve our global audience, which will help to reduce latency and of course give a better user experience to our customers, assuming this is an enterprise application, right? And because we issued a certificate using ACM, we're able to use SSL and access our website over HTTPS instead of HTTP. All right, so lastly, CloudFront will reach out to Amazon S3 Bucket to serve users with the content. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and before you go, kindly subscribe to this channel and also hit the notification bell so you can stay updated whenever I upload a video. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you in the next video. Bye.